Mr. Weir, in the cover story of this May 1990 Sports Illustrated, there's a fabulous photo of you, Bill Walton, and Mickey Hart. Is there anything that you've learned in your long friendship with Mr. Walton? And what was it like to sing the national anthem with Trixie's dad and Vince Welnick in 1993 at Candlestick Park for the Giants game?
Interesting thing about Bill Walton is when I first met him back in late 70s, I guess it was. He was just first starting to play pro, and he was playing for Portland. I guess the Portland Trailblazers, and I looked out at the audience and I thought everybody was sitting down except for one guy. Then I looked over the lip of the stage and nope, everybody's standing up. So after the show we met, and the guy couldn't talk, he stuttered so badly. He had a speech impediment that was impossible. He couldn't get a thought out, couldn't get a sentence out. Somehow, he got past it, and I think it was through singing. I've asked him on numerous occasions how he got past that, and never got the same answer. But I think it was probably just singing our tunes, because they say the singing is
he didn't sing anything else.
Right. As for and then there's another story that I'll tell some other time about me and Bill in Egypt, which was a lot of fun. But what was the second part? What was it like to sing the national anthem with Jerry and Vince? It's an interesting story. I've been doing some environmental work. I just had a piece published by the New York Times on their op-ed page about a standard rape and plunder timber giveaway bill that was skating unseen through Congress, and I was working with some environmental outfits to torpedo that bill. And I had written this article that was published in the New York Times, and had also gone through, right when that came out, when that article was coming out, we were playing in DC, and so we had a day off, and I was stalking the halls of Congress with a couple of bigwig environmental guys, and one by one, the bill was in the Senate, so we were going to various senators' offices, and finally ended up in Senator Al Gore's office, who was the only guy who agreed to help us, because everybody else owed favors to the guys who were pushing the bill through Congress. But Al didn't, and it just incensed him. He didn't know about the bill, nor did any of the other senators. It was just being attached as a writer to a popular bill that was going through. And so Al went to the Senate floor and just railed against the bill. And we missed the cloture vote by one vote, and the bill passed the Senate and had to go back to the House for what they call markup, to settle the differences between the House bill and the Senate bill. And in that time, I had papered what they call the Senate, put little flyers on all the senators' desks about why this bill's a bad idea. And in the time that it was the bill was in markup, about 3 weeks, one of the senators' aides brought the bill to a senator. He was from Wyoming, and said, "Senator, there are these maps on this flyer here, and I can see that this one parcel of land in southern Montana where the raping and plundering was going to go on is directly adjacent to your land holdings, your ranch in northern Wyoming." And the senator said, "Why, yes, it is." And And then the aide, I guess, told him, well, Senator, that's, you know, they're going to clear cut that land. That's going to substantially change the view from your front porch. Well, yes, it will. So that senator put a hold on the bill, and that means the bill is finished, it's done, it's dead. And so we managed to shoot it out of the water that time around. And in explaining why he put a hold on the bill, he didn't do any homework whatsoever. He just quoted me word for word, which I was quietly proud.
Well, oddly enough, I met his son at the anthropology conference the other day, and his son is a devout deadhead.
Right.
Malcolm Wallop's son.
Well, anyway, so that same bill, that exact same bill came through, skating through Congress again 2 years later. We shot it down again, but the only difference is that one parcel of land in southern Montana was traded out for a piece further north. That was the only difference. So anyway, while I'm still railing against this bill, we go down from D.C. to Atlanta, where the good folks at CNN wanted to have me come and talk about that a little bit, and so I was on the air talking about this, and they had the green screen behind me, and they had pictures of these machines that clear cut forests. You know, it's not a jobs issue because two guys, a truck driver and this machine operator, can clear cut a forest, and that was going on behind me. And meanwhile, the two senators from Montana were on the phone in the. I found out later were on the phone to the newsroom, and I could see through the window to the newsroom back there, all the guys with their monitors and stuff like that, all holding their sides and laughing. You know, get that guy off of there! Anyway, so then they went into some advanced character assassination. You know, are you going to listen to him, or are you going to listen to a qualified expert on the subject like this? You know, like our timber industry guys. And meanwhile, we come back from they're full-throated doing character assassination on yours truly. Meanwhile, we come back, and Jerry and me and Vince sing the national anthem for opening day at Candlestick Park. And it was a slow day in the news. They got some good footage. It was the first day of baseball season, and it made every network. You know, with the wind in our faces, and we nailed the national anthem. We really nailed it. So it felt real good. And the cherry on the sundae was that during the sound check, Tony Bennett was there, and so he just hops on out to the pitcher's box. And we got to sing the national anthem with Tony Bennett.